Let's go dig for some treasures. What's up everybody, welcome to the life of a board gamer. My name is Daniel and today we are going to dig up some treasures in TOBAGO. A game that's out for gazillion years, but I just received an expansion for it and I realized I never did a review of the base game. I did some like a jokey funny video that you can find on my channel, you can check it out. But I never talked about TOBAGO actually and how great the game is. So yeah, let's get down to the table and let me show you what you get inside this box. But before we do that, check out these numbers a little bit. Let me guilt trip you into subscribing. Why? Because these numbers clearly show that lots of you who are watching my videos are not subscribers. I'm not sure why is that. Subscribe is free. You know, you can just hit the subscribe button and it helps this channel immensely. And yeah, please do consider subscribing and let's go down to the table. Let me show you what you get inside this box. Okay, let's see what TOBAGO brings us in its box. So you get the rules, but if you get the rules in a language that you don't understand, like this one, I think it's a German version or some other, I don't know, it's multilingual version. But if you get rules in a weird language that you don't understand, you print out the rules in English and you are all set, like I did. So first of all, you will get these connections and these cards that are running all over the place. So you will get these connections and you will create the board that can be random from, there's few different variations. Basically you will get these triangles and you will either decide you want to play this or this side. It doesn't matter, you can mix and match however you want. And you will be building your map like this. And once you build a map like this, then you will be setting all these things up on the board. So there will be some trees on the board and you will also put some of these cool statues. And this is like a, it's not made from stone, but this is like a hard material. These are the wood components, but this is like some hard material thing. Not really sure what it is. It feels like a stone, but I know it's not. So you will get all these cubes to mark the treasures on the board because you will be searching for the treasure. You will be putting some cards on the board, which I will explain you in a second. And you will be deducing where the treasure is hidden. Once there's only one cube of one color left for each of the treasures, then you can come and dig it up. And each of the players will get the components, just some tokens, so you know how many golds you will get when the treasure is found. And one little AV car to drive around and try to pick up the treasures and tokens and whatnot. Also, you will get a bunch of cards that you will be giving clues. We're going to go and do this last, but there's also some treasure cards. So there are 2 cursed treasures, so there will be a time when you will get no treasure from the one that you dig up. And these go from 2 to 6 if I'm not mistaken. I think there is a 6. There's not lots of them, so if you see them, be sure to grab them. 6. So yeah, you will be trying to get these cards into your possession, and whoever has the most gold by the end of the game is the winner. Of course, I forgot to show up, but show up. I forgot to show, but there's also these little houses, and they will be also on the board themselves. And what you do basically is you will have these cubes. You will have there are 4 different colors. You will have stack of 4 different colors of these cubes, and you will be telling for each of these cubes where are they located on this board. For example, if you play this card, you will say that they are let's say for example I play by the brown cube. I will say that brown cube, brown treasure, or however you want to call it, is located 1 space next to a river, so next to a lake. So as you can see, we have 2 lakes, which means it can be any of the spaces surrounding those lakes. So it can't be over here, over here, over here. So once the play goes on, player will add some new stuff, and every time you add card to a treasure, you have to remove at least one of those cubes. So for example, this one says that it's not on the biggest forest area. So for example, if I put that also near the brown treasure, just for this example, we are going to use the brown treasure. That means that this is the, so we look and we have 2 forests, and clearly this one is way bigger than this one. So that means that it's not on these 3 spaces, most definitely, and these 2 spaces, because they are also by the river. What that means is that you removed some cubes. Now the less cube is left over here. Of course, you have to have in mind that we are going to have these things on the board showing all kinds of different... so there's more of them. I will not put all of them just to show you how they work. But let's say, for example, this one says it is not 1 space from the hut. So if you put that as a clue on a board, that means that this one will be also discarded. And let's say, for example, if the hut was, let's say, over here, then these 2 will be discarded because it's not 1 space from the hut. And you will be doing that until there is only 1 space left with 1 cube on it. And whoever comes with their car first and picks up the treasure, he will also put one of his tokens by the end of that stack of cards. And each player who played the card will put 1 token on the card, so they know it's the card that they put over there. And once there's only 1 cube left and it's lifted up, you will see how many of the tokens you have, and that's how much treasure you will receive. You will receive, let's say, for example, I had 2 treasures, some other player put 1, other player put 1, and some other player also put 2. So in collectively we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards before we manage to locate the treasure. And 1 card will be put at random. We will not know what it is. And you can only see a cards that you get in your hand. So for example, I know that there's going to be a 4 and a 5 in a treasure. Once we start to decide who gets what treasure, and we'll take all the cards, we will shuffle them, and then one by one we are going to reveal the cards, and whoever put the first one, the last one will be asked first. For example, I will flip it, and the last one who discovered the treasure will say, you will ask him, do you want this treasure? And now he knows that maybe he didn't see better treasure. He knows only there's like number 2 and the number 3 treasure. He said, I will take it, and he will, I apologize, he will remove his token, so he took his treasure. Then the other players go around the table, so we put another treasure, and then the other player in a row, do you want the 5? Of course they want the 5. So, and they will take the treasure. If they had only 1 token, they are out. They can't get any more of these treasures. But if you have more tokens, then you will be able to choose more of these. For example, I had 2 tokens. I can choose 2 cards. So let's say it's my turn. My token is next, and it's flipped, and it's 4. I will say I will gladly take it. And then the next one is, of course, let's say if next one is my token, I will say yes, I will take it. But in an unfortunate example, this was an unfortunate example. Let's say it happened like this. Let's make a cards stack a little bit. So I flip this card, and it's my turn to choose. And I say, number 2, I really don't want it. I don't remove my token. I leave it there. And then the other player goes, and he's like, I don't know what else is here. There might be even cursed treasures. He didn't see better stuff. He'll take it. So the next card goes, and again, my token is first. It's me who is asked again, do you want to take it? And of course I will. It's a number 5. And basically you will divide these cards between players, and you will play this until the cards are all distributed. These chest cards, and then at the end whoever has the most gold is the winner. And once you found the treasure, you will just remove all of these cards, and you will restart it with the player who played last. Who discovered the treasure, he will place his card and start the new treasure with the new effects and everything. And that is basically that's a little bit of how this game plays. Okay, so that was Tobago Volcano, and I must say, when I first saw this game, when I saw what it is about and how it works, I check out. I have it for some time now, for a really long time now. But at first, when I saw it, it really didn't look that good of a game to me. But once I played it, I realized how awesome it is. It is basically, I mean, it's absolutely not a cooperative game, but you are still cooperatively trying to pick point where the treasure is, and that's something that I really, really like, because you can go heavily, and you can. There's 2 different strategies that you can go for. You can just go heavily on one treasure and just put constantly, if you of course have cards for it, you can constantly just put cards for this treasure, for this treasure, for the one and the same treasure. So when the time comes to pick the cards and see what cards you will get, those gold, those chest cards, you will get like probably, let's say 4 or 5, and maybe one player will have 1 or 2. So you will know, you will have a huge amount of information, you will get a lot of treasure. But at the same time, everybody else is playing on all the other treasures, and they are constantly getting treasures, and trying to find one treasure by yourself, it's really hard sometimes, because the cards will maybe not be in your favor, stuff like that. But if you spread yourself on all the treasures, if you give the clues for all the treasures, then you'll always be able to draw something. And that's also really, really good. And I like that. I like the thing that you work with others, trying to figure where it is. And sometimes you can easily put a card and just remove all of the clues but one, and you can pinpoint the treasure, but then it's far away from your ATV and you are not able to pick it up. And if you are able to pick up the treasure, that's really good, because you will put one extra token of yours for the treasure, and you will also be the one who will start the next treasure. So you will automatically get basically 2 free tokens to put, 2 free plays. So you really want to pick up the treasure. And that's really great thing to do in a game. But sometimes if you put a card and you are on a completely wrong side of the map, that can be an issue. So yeah, it's like you always have to wait what's the best thing to do now. But if that's the treasure where you have lots of picks, maybe you can, I know, let it go and not pick it up, but still you get like maybe 3 or even 4 picks if you are crazy. So one more thing I forgot to show you in the box, you have these tokens. These are like sacred amulets that are spawned by those statues, and you can use those amulets to get rid of the cursed treasures, because when the cursed treasure shows up, nobody gets any more treasure, and you have to discard some of your biggest treasures. But if you had amulets, you can discard amulets and stuff like that. So you can also use amulets for all kinds of different things in a game. But yeah, Tobago is really awesome game of that kind of deduction. I almost said social deduction, but it's not. Of a deduction, and it's deduction in a cooperative sense, but still you're just grabbing your treasure and see who has the most treasure by the end is the winner. And I really like it. I like how it works. The components are really great. Those 3D components really help out a little bit when you're looking at the map. It looks really nice. I wish I 3D printed or bought some different type. I will definitely have to find some different to replace those cubes, because those treasures should really be like little tiny chests or gems or something. So I'm definitely going to switch those for something else. But yeah, that was Tobago, an awesome deduction game of kind of co-op, but not. It's really hard to explain, but try it definitely if you are not certain if you want to have it. It is a game that's out for some time now, so definitely look out for it. If you find it, check it out. It's a great game. And yeah, that is that. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your time. Do join me next time. That's poor wording, but whatever. Join me next time when we are going to discover some new treasures, possibly. Who knows? And until then, pozdrav.